about that. All right. All right. Y'all feeling okay today? Talk to me. Nobody talking to me today. What's going on?
Feel good over this one.
Oh,
We was all at the same party last night.
And the elder wasn't invited. What's going on here?
Well, you the elder, that's why.
Sound like some, okay, maybe some sinning going on. All right, let's get let's go to the book of Revelations, man. Let's get it. Have you all seen the amount of troubles that has been brewing in the earth? I know that you have. If you've been watching and you have been taking note, there's trouble in the earth. Most certainly is. Trouble with China and Russia. Lockstep, joining hand in hand. Getting ready for war. The drumbeat of war is in the earth. I think I read Korea was doing something over there. They haven't did anything in a while. They starting back up. So there's a lot of different things that's going on in the earth that you have to be aware of and take note of. So make sure everybody make sure they are muted because we're gonna go ahead and go into the lesson. So make sure you are muted. All right, so like we've been doing all along, I will read the book of Revelations. I will read the chapter, and the scribes will read the precepts. All right, so here we go. Revelations 5. Revelations 5 and 1. And I saw in my right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. I'll read it again. Revelations 5 and 1. And I saw in my right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Written inside and on the back, or literally in the Greek, written within or behind. The Greeks had a specific term, brothers and sisters, for such a document. It was called the opistogram, or the opistograph. It literally means behind writing. Since writing covered the entire surface and nothing could be added to it, the image symbolizes a complete finished work. So when the apostles seen there was nothing left to be done, meaning it was complete, the story had ended at that point, and there was a new story being written. Now, it also says that it had 7 seals. We talked about it a week before last, that a seal is usually used to give someone personal authority to open, to break, or to unseal a decree or eat it. To unseal a decree or eat it. Only the one with the authority to open the seal could unseal it. So this is a book that was written within This was a book that was written without, this was meaning that it was complete. There was nothing else to be said and or done. So let's look at what the prophet Ezekiel seen, because he's seen the same thing that Apostle John seen. So let's get Ezekiel 2 and 9. Ezekiel 2 and 9, give me verses 9 and 10.
Ezekiel 2, verses 9 and 10. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
So give me Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 9 and 10.
Ezekiel 2, verses 9 and 10. I'm sorry. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me. And lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me. And it was written within and without. And there was written there lamentations and mourning and woe.
There was written in the book lamentations, mournings, and woe. Now, just as we read in Revelations, the within and the without, meaning it was complete, or the epistograph, or the epistograph, what was written in the book that Ezekiel seen. The scripture tells us lamentations, mournings, woes. See, we have to understand, brothers and sisters, that our stories are still being written. All of our failures, all of our fears, all of our disappointments, all of our accomplishments and successes are continually being written in the Lamb's book of life. So that lie you told last week, wrote it down. That adulterous thought you had last month, you wrote it down. It is all being recorded in the Lamb's book of life. This Bible that we read is a part of it. This Bible is the book of life. And just as our forefathers' stories were told, their successes and their failures and their accomplishments were told, in this Bible, our story will be told. Our story, our failures, our successes, and our accomplishments. So what did the prophet Ezekiel see in his book? He seen lamentation. What is lamentation? Lamentations is an expression of humiliation, suffering, despair. It is a book, it is a scroll or a book of displacement. When Israel is out of course, then the very foundation of the world is shaken. When Israel is displaced, then the foundation of the world is displaced. Matter of fact, let's get that scripture. Let's get Psalms 82 and 5. Psalms 82 and 5.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
The world is out of order because Israel is out of place. It is a book of lamentations because it tells the story of the disorder of Israel. And the place where we are out of place in Israel. It tells that story. Ezekiel also said that it is a book of mourning. It's a book of lamentations. It is a book of mourning. It is a book of woe. Let's get Matthew 5. Let's get Matthew 5.
5 and what?
5 and 4. We're gonna skip through 5. Matthew 5 and 4.
I didn't hear you.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 4.
I never heard anything you said. Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
For they shall be comforted. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. How are they going to be comforted? Verse 5.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
So those that are mourned are the meek, and they're going to be comforted by inheriting the earth. Drop down to verse 8.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yah.
They shall see Yah. Drop down to verse 10.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This book of Lamentations, this book of mourning contains a record of those who will inherit the kingdom of heaven and those that will inherit, that will see the Most High Yah, the kingdom of God. It contains a record of those. It contains our lamentations. It contains our mournings. It contains our woe. Now, woe is a condition of deep suffering, from misfortune, from affliction, from grief or heavy calamity, of impending doom. And woe also is redemption, because the only way you get through doom or heavy calamity, or the way you become redeemed or have redemption, is woe must come first. Let's get Revelations 11 and 14. Revelations 11, verse 14 and 15.
Revelations 11.
Revelation,
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
So
And the seventh,
the second destruction has passed, or the second war has passed, and the third war is coming. This would be the third world war. The third war is coming. Verse 15.
and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdom of this world are becoming the kingdom of our master and of his master, and he shall reign forever and ever.
He shall reign forever, meaning redemption. Redemption. There's war and then redemption. These are the woes. These are the woes. The Bible is our story, brothers and sisters. From beginning to ending, the Bible is our story. Now, let me get back to Revelations 5. Revelations 5 and the second verse. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. Yahweh Shai, brothers and sisters, is the only one that has this authority. Yahweh Shai, brothers and sisters, is the only man who ever walked in complete obedience. That's why he has this right. Let's get Matthew 28 and 18. A lot of people get a lot of Christians, I would say, get Matthew 28 and 18 confused.
Matthew 28 and 18.
Yes.
And Yahushua came and spoke unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
In heaven and in earth, meaning all authority is given unto me. So a lot of Christians, when they see this, they say, oh, we just worship Jesus and worship him alone. He must be God. That's what they say. But if of authority is given unto you, someone else must have a greater authority. Didn't take authority. It was given to you by someone with a greater authority. So Yahweh Shai is the only one to have the power. He has the authority to open and to unseal the book and to open your mind to receive the wisdom and the knowledge of this book. Let's get that. Luke 24:5. Luke chapter 24, verse 45. Verse 45.
Luke chapter 24, verse 45. Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures.
Start at 44.
Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, and all things must be fulfilled which are written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me.
The law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms is the Bible. The law of Moses, prophets, and the Psalms are the Bible. Concerning me, verse 45. Come on.
Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures.
That they might understand the wisdom and knowledge of this book. They might understand it. He has the power and authority to do that and to unseal the book of the Bible. Unseal it. Let's get Isaiah 29 and 11.
Isaiah 29, verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Verse 12.
And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned.
I mean, I can't unlock the mysteries. I can't unlock the mysteries. It is sealed to me. And the only way I can unlock the mysteries is that Yahweh Shai give me the knowledge and the wisdom. He opens, like it said in Luke, he opens my mind to the understanding. You can't understand the scriptures on your own. You have 50 million degrees and still be lost on the simplicity of the Bible. It will be sealed to you. Only he can give you the proper and true and correct understanding. Only he can unlock the mysteries of the scriptures. Only Yahweh Shai. He has the power to release those limitations, those mournings, those woes, and the predestine of the coming kingdom. He foreknows who's going to be in that kingdom as well. He knows. Let's go back to Revelations. Revelations 3. Revelations 5 and 3. It reads, and no man in heaven, nor on earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. To look thereon means gain understanding. No one was able to do that. To understand the mind of Yah. Only Yahweh Shai. Only Yahweh Shai. So we have to remember, brothers and sisters, let me say this real quick. We have to remember that there were no teachers Um, there was no laws, there was no book of the law, there was no teacher, there was no prophets, no one to teach the children of Israel for great spans of times. In many cases we would go long periods of times where we did not hear the book of the law. There was no prophet in Israel to speak of. There was no teachers in Israel where the law was being taught, or where Israel was ever being kept before the eyes of the Father. Let's get that. Let's get a precept. 2 Chronicles 15:3. 2 Chronicles 15, verse 3.
Second Chronicles 15.
Okay. 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 3. Now for a long season, Israel has been without the true Yah, and without a teaching priest, and without law.
For a long season. So this happened often. This often happened. It happened with our forefathers centuries ago. It happened far and it happened near. For a long season, Israel without the true Yah, without a teaching priest, and without the law. There were times in our history, more recently, during what's known as the Dark Ages, that was one of those times. But the Most High allowed our records to be preserved. So let's see here. Just for your edification, during the Byzantine Empire, the eastern half of Rome, many of you know that there were two Romes. You had a western side and you had an eastern side. Eastern side was called the Byzantine Empire. So during the Byzantine Empire, which, by the way, survived 1,000 years after the western half of Rome had crumbled into various other kingdoms. And you have the Byzantine Empire lasted from 395 Common Era to 1453 Common Era. And then it fell by the hands of the Ottoman Turks. So began at that time, because there were Israelites in the Byzantine Empire that still held on to the book of the law, who still taught somewhat, and who still kept our ordinances and things like that, still stayed abreast on our different ordinances and different commandments and things of that nature. But then when the Ottoman Turks came in and decimated the Byzantine Empire, there was a long season where there was no law, no teachers, and no true Yah until 1604. In 1604, King James decided to commission the transliteration of the English Bible. Right before, brothers and sisters, the southern kingdom of Israel was entering into this last captivity. Right before we went into captivity, King James ordered the commission of the transliteration of the Bible. That's what we're reading from today. The Most High put him in place. Put him in place after a long season when we did not have it. We did not have it for a long season. All right, let's go back to Revelations. Revelations 5:5. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, which prevaileth, to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. We're going to get to the opening of the seven seals in chapter 6 very soon. Very soon, we're just talking about the presentation or the presenting of the seals to Yahweh Shai. All right, verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns. Watch this, 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yah, sent forth into all the earth. 7 horns, 7 eyes. These are the 7 spirits of Yah, which sent forth into all the earth. Let's get Zechariah 3. Let's get Zechariah 3 and 9. Break this down a little bit.
Zechariah chapter 3, verse 9. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Most High of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of the land in one day.
All right, let me take the first part of that. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Let's hold this verse and let's get 1 Peter. 1 Peter 2, verses 4 and 6.
Second Peter 2, verses 4 and 6. To whom coming
4 through 6. I'm sorry, 4 through 6.
4 through 6. 1 Peter 2, verses 4 through 6. To whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of Yah and precious. Yea, also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yah by Yahweh Shah Messiah. Wherefore also it is contained in the scriptures, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
He that believeth on this stone, the chief cornerstone, shall not be confounded. So now that we know that this stone is Yahweh Shai, let's go back to Zechariah 3 and 9. Read, brother, Zechariah 3 and 9.
Book of Zechariah chapter 3, verse 9. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Most High of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day.
In one day, the iniquity will be removed. So, how will the iniquity be removed? And by what method will it be removed? These 7 eyes that is on the stone, beholding him, how would they help remove the iniquity out of the people and out of the land? Let's get Tobit 12 and 15. Tobit 12 and 15. Who are these 7 eyes?
Tobit 12, verse, I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out.
You broke up a little bit, but I'll read it over. Tobit 12 and 15. I am Raphael.
Tobit 12 and 15.
Uh-huh.
I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints,
Which
and
present the prayers of the saints. Come on.
And which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One.
Which beholds, going in and out. Beholds means that's looking upon the glory of the set apart one. Raphael is one of those 7 angels that's always beholding the face of the set apart one. And he takes our prayers that's sealed in his name to him. He then takes those prayers to Yah. Give me Revelations 8 and 4. Let's get Revelations 8 and 4. These 7 spirits are 7 Melachim.
Revelation chapter 8, verse 4. And the smoke of the incense which came with prayers of the saints ascended up before Yah out of the angel's hands.
Read. Verse 5.
And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake.
Our prayers go up continuously before the Father, goes up continuously before him, caught up by those 7 spirits or those 7 Melachim, like smoke in their hands. He hears our affliction. He hears the affliction of the people. He hears everything that we are going through in our captivity. And he will save us as he did before, like he saved us out of Egypt. He will save us in this captivity, out of our troubles, out of our troubles. Revelations 5 and 7. And it reads, and he came, this is the Lamb, and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yah by thy blood. Watch this, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Dun, 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 dun. Christianity has just entered into the room. So they think. Are they right there? Tell you every nation tongue right there. Let's figure out what's going on here. Verse 9 again. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yah by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Hallelujah. So what does the Lamb have to redeem us from? This is what a lot of Christians miss. What does the Lamb have to redeem us from? Because there's something specific that he has to redeem us from. Let's get Galatians 3 and 13. Let's get Galatians 3 and 13. This is important to know because a Christian will go to Galatians 3 like they got you over a barrel and have no idea what they're talking about. I know when I was a Christian, I didn't. Galatians 3 and 13.
Galatians 3, verse 13. Yahushua hath redeemed us from the curse of the law.
Read that part again.
Galatians 3 and 13. Yahushua hath redeemed us from the curse of the law.
Come on.
Being made a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree.
So they think they got you over a barrel right now. But what is the curse of the law? This is the whole point. What is the curse of the law? Let's get Deuteronomy 27 and 26. Deuteronomy 27, 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 26. Cursed be he that confirmeth not all the words of this law to do them, and all the people shall say, so let it be done.
So let it be done. Cursed be he that confirmeth not the words of this law. All right, now let's go to Deuteronomy 28:15. The Israelite mantra is Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28:15.
Deuteronomy 28,
Deuteronomy
verse 2.
chapter 28, verse. Go ahead.
Okay. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High Yah, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
So
And
this is the
overtake you.
curse and overtake you. This is the curse of the law right here. And this is what we have to be redeemed from. We've been continually broke Yah's laws. Continually broke Yah's laws. The punishment has came upon his people. That's why it says specifically he has to redeem us. That is possessive. Has nothing to do with you. Has everything to do with us. We have to be redeemed out. We have to be redeemed out of every kindred and every tongue and every people and every nation, because we have been dispersed into these nations because of our disobedience and because of our breaking of Yah's law. He's redeeming the children of Israel. Hallelujah. Had to redeem. All right. Revelations 5 and 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yah by that blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Verse 10, and has made us unto our Yah kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Give me Ezekiel 28 and 25. 28 and 25. Out of every nation.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 25. Thus saith the Most High Yah, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
Out of every nation where we have been scattered and set in our own land and made to rule all the kingdoms. All the kingdoms are going to be broken. And Jacob is going to rule at that point. All right, Revelations 5 and 11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many Malachim, angels, round about the throne, and the beast, and the elders. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and 1,000 of thousands. So this is 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, and 1,000 of thousands is a infinite number. I mean, it can't be counted. Thousands of thousands, it can't be counted. It's an infinite number of Malachim. Verse 12. Verse 12, Revelations 5 and 12. Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessings. And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth, and such are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, blessings and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. And the four beasts said, so let it be done. And the 24 elders fell down and worshiped him that liveth forever and ever. All praises. I hope this has increased your understanding. And we will be going through Revelation 6, which is the opening of the seals. This is the presenting of the seals in verse 5, and we're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper into it.